Employees of McDonald's, what secrets did you discover while working there? My old McDonald's had a basement. E-I-E-I-O. My first day on the job, I was told to be on the lookout for the elderly gentleman who would try to sneak around the counter and pour the entire coffee pot into his mug while everyone was too busy to stop him. Did you ever catch him in the act? Yes, almost immediately. Depending on which one you work at, the parking lot is basically a meetup for druggies/drug dealers and, at least where I was in New Mexico, people to meet up and have sex in their cars. As long as they kept their business to the middle of the night and didn't cause any serious problems, we were told not to call the cops or make a fuss, mostly because they'd come in and buy food after their shenanigans. Soda and mini pies were really popular with heroin addicts. What I later found out is that management was actually told to let it slide by corporate, since everyone higher up was aware of how much money the night crowd brought in. I got to see many drug deals. I'm convinced I saw at least one arms deal, but I of course have no way of verifying that. Midnight shifts were draining but so much fun. The kitchen staff is cut by half, but the people who order are so funny. Before I worked there, I always thought they used a grill. Turns it's more of a heated press machine. Drop any unopened chicken nugget sauce on the ground once, you've got yourself a sauce grenade. Trash compactor can make for some fun explosions too. We had a vol pack of ketchup that needed tossed for whatever reason. Someone didn't realize it shouldn't go into the compactor. I go back after hearing a bang and a scream. Dude is just caked in ketchup and it shot up out of the barrel of the manual compactor and painted the wall, ceiling, and bun rack. They have since taken away the vol packs. The pickles are surprisingly aerodynamic. They stick to walls and, if you have the stones, managers' shirts pretty well. Yeah, they fly amazing. Pretty sure me and my old crew cost that store about $1,000 the entire time we worked there just throwing them things. Laughing out loud. Worked there in high school. Found out that if you put the middle of a Mac bun in the fryer and then add soft serve and strawberry topping, it tastes just like a funnel cake. Custom creations were the best part of working there. Edit. I have thoroughly enjoyed hearing about all of your own custom creations. You have all made my workday much less boring, so thank you. Cheeseburger bun fried, add the chai latte powder, cinnamon donut. I worked there when I was in high school. Not a secret, but I hadn't known much about franchises before then. I hadn't realized that McDonald's could vary quite a bit in quality and professionalism based on who the owners were and what type of management/workplace they set up. I worked at a really good one, with good management, but some are crap. I have 2 McDonald's near me, both relatively same distance. The one I usually go to is more crowded, but I feel that the food is better prepared and the drinks taste right. I've been to the other McDonald's before, not as crowded, but the nuggets tend to have a stale texture and the Coke has this weird bubble gum type aftertaste. Laughing out loud. Even as someone who is a customer, not a McDonald's worker, this has always been pretty clear to me. I remember being told before doing international travel that McDonald's is usually a safe bet as somewhere that will have a clear toilet while you're out exploring. That's pretty accurate based on my experience in UK/Europe/North Africa. But I've also been to the McDonald's at Logan Central in Brisbane, Australia, and it was the single most disgustingly unclean restaurant I've ever been to, bar none. A toilet with no seat and toilet paper strewn about the room, tables that hadn't been cleaned in hours, and staff that looked at me like I had 2 heads when I politely asked if they could wipe the table down for us. Seriously, I don't expect Michelin stars when I go to McDonald's, but that place would have been closed down immediately if any sort of health inspector visited. Former employee here. I found out that, when making 5 gallons of sweet tea, an entire 4-pound bag of sugar goes in. Sandwiches with round egg use real, cracked eggs. Folded and scrambled come from packaged goods in the freezer or fridge. I also had a manager that insisted more people purchase filet-o-fish when it's raining out because they subconsciously associate the watery weather with fish. Anyway, He did some research by pouring through sales of filet-o-fish for months and months and comparing it to weather data for each day. Turns out he found something like a 3% increase on rainy days and was very pleased with himself. Edit. Wow, I will answer some of your questions up here so people can see. The manager voiced his theory one day, and the crews all argued with him about it. This went on for a while. He was committed to proving us wrong, so he secretly pulled the sales numbers at work and did the rest on his own time, never breathing a word until he brought his printed report in to shut us all up. He did separate Fridays during Lent and compared those days to each other in anticipation of having holes poked in his research. We still did that anyway, of course. As pointless and imperfect as the research was, it was impressive to see his commitment to giving us the middle finger. I absolutely love that guy's commitment. He was fueled by the mockery. Screw you guys, it makes sense. Turns out he found something like a 3% increase on rainy days. I'd be interested to see if this is statistically significant. Could just be a coincidence. But clearly that guy has dedication. My manager used to be on my back all of the time for giving out too much sauce. He tried telling me the limit is 1 per meal. Edit. I am based in the UK. Our portions generally are smaller here, but I would still give out as many sauces as possible, FCK being stingy. Our store did 1 sauce for 4 and 6-piece nuggets, 2 for 10 and 3 for 20. My store does this, but I always add an extra sauce for 20 because come on. If 10 gets 2, it's only logical 20 gets 4. As a customer, I agree. The 3 sauces for a 20-piece low-key pisses me off. The official deodorizing spray they gave us is the most pleasant thing I've ever smelled in my entire life. Even now, I wish I could smell it again. Edit. Okay, so this is the spray you use on the bathrooms or the ball pit to make them smell better. Not personalized deodorant. I managed a different kind of restaurant, but I know the exact cleaning spray you're describing. Once I had an employee who loved that smell so much that he'd volunteer to clean the bathroom so he could be able to get close to it. He'd take deep inhales over the open bottles. Kid couldn't get enough. But as pleasant as it smells, it's a ton of serious chemicals in that solution. Probably safer not to take big huffs of it, but no one could talk him out of doing it. Eventually I had to stop letting him clean the bathroom. LPT, want to get out of bathroom duty, pretend you're getting high on the cleaning products. Why pretend? This reminded me of auto class back in high school. After class we would all wash the grease from our hands, and the specific soap that they got had this very strong pleasant orange smell. I remember one time they switched to a different type of degreasing soap and everyone was annoyed because it didn't smell nearly as good, and surprised we got the orange one back when the bottle ran out. I learned that if I have time to lean, I have time to clean. Got time to text, got time to Windex. Whoever coined that phrase has a special spot reserved in hell. I worked at McDonald's when they first introduced sweet tea and remember that it was brewed in a large bucket mixing hot water with a full bag of granulated sugar. It makes me sick to think about, but I still sometimes crave that disgustingly sweet tasty garbage. Somebody elsewhere in the thread mentioned it's 4 pounds per 5 gallons. Dehydrated onions, you put them in a metal thing and just add water. The thing is, they still taste great. But I was shocked and happy that I didn't have to go cut onions. Those onions can be turned pink if you use hot water instead. Or at least the hot water at the store I was at. Did they taste good just dehydrated? They're hard and crunchy and weird dehydrated. Dehydrated onion flakes are actually a really useful ingredient in cooking. Put them on the outside of a grilled cheese alongside butter and garlic salt and the quality improves infinitely. I put them in burgers. The fat from the burger ends up reconstituting them, so you get these greasy oniony little flavor bombs throughout the burger. Man, reading these I am wondering why my McDonald's was so boring. We didn't spit on anything, the stuff that needed to be kept clean was kept clean, if it wasn't required it would be filthy. The ice cream machine worked fine, food wasn't undercooked, on occasion it was overcooked. Employing high school kids, of course they are going to make some mistakes, but nothing too bad. My time wasn't bad. We kept it clean, and no one I know ever tampered with the food. But there was a lot of funny things that happened, so I have a lot of stories. Example, one day, we had 10 minutes to close. It was myself off at close, the grill closer, the service closer, and the manager. Grill closer had it on a headset, as he was praying no one else came in as he was very low on a few things and didn't want to make more right before closing. This guy prided himself on having things done and being out the door within 10 minutes of closing. Bosses loved him because other closers took up to an hour, and that meant paying them for up to an hour. One thing to know, our headsets had 2 buttons. One talked to the other headset only, the other talked to the outside speaker. He had been playing a game where he was trying to make the service worker laugh while she was taking the orders. You probably see where this is going. So a driver pulls up to the speaker. He orders a 20-piece nugget. Closer is pissed, and pushed the talk to other headset button and goes, "Man, F that stupid effing order. F." Except, of course, he hit the wrong button. Needless to say, someone got a free 20-piece, and another free meal in the future, and grill members were banned from wearing headsets for a while after that. Worked in one from 2000 to 2005. During this time, they changed the bacon. The new bacon isn't as good. During this time, they changed the shake mix. The new shake mix isn't as good. The shake machine works just fine, so long as someone remembers to fill it before it gets too empty and goes into automatic 90-minute self-clean mode. It also takes a very long time to start up, so if someone forgets, there are no shakes for 30 minutes. This was never a problem for me. Whenever I did opening shift, I'd kick off the coffee brewing for my team, then start up the shake machine for myself. The chocolate chip cookies and McGriddles taste amazing if you eat fresh out of the oven. Always made an extra half tray for myself. If you're ordering a meal, say the size first, large number 1 with a Coke. Everyone knows that ordering the meal is cheaper than getting that same sandwich, fries, and drink individually, but here's the secret: the POS has a button for the large number 1 and a different button for the medium number 1, then another menu for the drinks. So if you say I want a number 1 with a Coke, I can't hit any buttons until I know the sizes of the meal, the size of the fries, and the size of the drink. For the one I worked at in high school, burgers are kept in a warming area for no more than 15 minutes, then thrown out and new ones are made. You get a free meal from anything except the salads. Meal is a sandwich, medium fries and a medium drink. At the end of the night all the cooked meat is thrown out. If you want you can use it to make burgers and take them home with you. Specific tools and grill section for cooking chicken versus beef to make sure they don't cross for those customers who don't eat beef. The Hindu co-workers were very vocal about this rule if you work the grill. Regarding the free meal, I remember it was a free meal every 4 hours. Ultimately, you could have 2 free meals during an 8-hour shift. I think that was store specific. We got 1 meal and technically 1 drink, but the manager said if we were thirsty just get something to drink. Just don't abuse it. The Big Mac is just a double cheeseburger with 1000 island dressing, lettuce and an extra piece of bread. If you order a double, add lettuce and Big Mac sauce, you get the same thing with less bread and cheaper price. Edit: I was inaccurate on my assessment of Big Mac sauce and just had some to make sure. In my defense, 20 years back, I'm old laughing out loud, I'm positive it was just 1000 island dressing. Thanks for the positivity. If you want a good replacement Big Mac sauce, 3 big tablespoons of good quality mayo. About a single good tablespoon of ketchup. 2 teaspoons of gherkin relish. 1 tablespoon or so of pickle juice. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Half to 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Mix till thoroughly combined, leave in the fridge to let the ingredients make friends with one another overnight. Edit: I looked it up, and apparently this is just my version of effing Thousand Island dressing. There is a glitch with the McDonald's app. There is a deals section and it usually has a coupon for a free cookie or free apple pie with any order. Add it to your order and you get the free cookie. Then, the next time you order from the app, just reorder your last meal. You can subtract whatever you want, but the free cookie will still be there. The glitch is that you can add another free cookie from the deals section, and now you have 2 free cookies. Evidently there is no cap to this. I now get 5 free cookies with each order. I stopped at 5 because I felt that any more than that would be overkill. A couple of Mormon missionary guys came in one time and ordered their food, and also ordered French fries with no salt. So the fries had to be fried specially, with no salt. They told me it was their tactic to get hot fries. I always thought it was hilarious how people would think they'd be so smart by ordering fries with no salt when you could literally just ask for fresh fries. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.